Hi everyone, I've put my pencil, my colour pencil line in for this dog rose, and I'm going to be pouring 2 pours today of watercolour. I've got new Gamboge and Quinacridone gold in this little pot to about skimmed mixture to semi-skim milk mixture, and slightly stronger in this one, which is manganese, a lovely manganese violet colour. So I'll dry after the first pour. I'll dry it and then add the second pour for lovely fresh atmospheric results, doing negative painting again. So I'm going to just add oil pastel to resist the paint here and there, and add a little bit of texture around the petals of the dog rose. And then I'm going to paint round the edges of the petals with just plain clean water and a big brush, a Hake brush, which I use quite a lot, made of goat hair. I want very simple and loose results. Lovely clean water, clean brush. I'm going to spray the back to help the paper adhere to the board. It's Saunders Waterford, excuse me, 425 grams, 200 pounds in weight, so that it won't cockle and you don't need to stretch it. My trigger spray is by my side as usual. I just a little spray to lubricate the paper, and off we go painting. Let's get painting. As quickly as possible, wetting around in a negative painting fashion around the petals. Not going too near. It's better to even leave a gap if you're worried about going into the petal. Don't want the flower to shrink, because wherever it's wet, the paint will flow, and any dry areas, the paint won't. That done, I want to hold it to the light to check if I've got any areas I've missed. It's actually just it's actually just not flown across the middle, it's actually just run across the middle, which I didn't really want, but nothing matters here because we can get around everything. I'll just dab that with a piece of kitchen roll and pour off any excess. Ah, yes, there's some coming now. Excess. Water. Right. Now I'm going to pour it from this corner, I think. This is such fun. Just randomly pouring it around the outside, tilting the board. There's gorgeous colours here of new Gamboge and a little bit of Quinacridone gold, which is a gorgeous colour. The colours I use will be listed in the description. I think I'm going to let that dry so you can see how easy it is. I've got like the beginnings of a nice background, but before I do that I do need to make sure I drain off, I pour off excess colour, excess pigment, tilting the board. And also be quite nice if I just pull in here and there very gently with the brush. Little areas. It's probably not the best brush to use, it's a bit scratchy, so I'm going extremely carefully here, the handle, just so it connects connects with the rose petals. And a little bit of yellow in the centre. I think I've used, actually I might just pour a little bit onto the centre. So I'm just painting with the handle here. I just like rough organic edges rather than too much detail, so that one can imagine rather than like a photographic painting. But I so admire people who work with detail, more detail than this. They're utterly beautiful. So many beautiful different ways of painting, which makes life so exciting. So now I'm going to dry that. It's dry now, so I'm going to wet my brush again. Quick spray, trigger spray, not too much, otherwise it will go into the white area too much, which we don't want. Spray the back, help it adhere nicely to the board, and then the same thing again, painting round. Very gently, really. See this beautiful feather? Just very, very gently painting with the brush so as not to disturb this lovely colour underneath. I'm wondering, sometimes I use a shell or something just to raise it slightly, makes it a little bit easier sometimes. Again, not going too close into the petal. Quickly as possible before it dries. See if it's completely There's a little dry area I've left on purpose there, so that's okay. Doesn't matter if it gets covered up, but now I need to pour off any excess water before doing the second pour. Wasn't quite wet enough. That's it. This is important, this part. Letting it seep into the paper. There, ready for the next pour now. With this lovely manganese violet. Make sure it's thoroughly mixed. I think I'll add just a touch more water. This is where the practice comes in. There. And I'm going to pour it from this corner this time. All a little bit risky, but that's part of the fun of it. And as long as the middle isn't wet, then it can't go across. It does just give lovely atmospheric results, and it paints itself, which is so exciting because you're never quite sure what's going to happen. Again, I'm going to just take the water off. And go in slightly here and there. I'll do some more in a minute, but just want to get that going. That's given it time to begin to granulate nicely. Because the dog rose won't be completely white, and this will connect it with the background. Just doing that. Swirling it and tilting it around. Until you're happy with what you see. Rather messy, but ever such fun. And then I'll finish with Inktense Block. See, that's crept in, but that's okay, because So we just dab that off. And get some more kitchen roll. And off here. And now I think I'm going to begin to tilt off the excess. Quite like the way that's looking. I'm going to get my Inktense block and go around the edge. Here and there. You can make new margins wherever you want to make them, and it just defines the edges more. Come round out here, I think. Oops, right round here. And go in there. You could use Inktense on dry paper, but it makes it so intense using it at this stage on the wet. But I think I'll let that dry and see about any finishing touches that I can effect on this, and just make sure it's dry. I love the way that's granulating with these colours. Try. I hope I'm inspiring you to have a go at pouring watercolour glazes with a cup of your choice. You can be lost in the beauty of this process. I'm going to finish now with just a few more details on the dog rose. You can see how easy it is. A little bit of practice and you'll be amazed. It's such a therapeutic process. Experiment with colours and see which ones you like. I'd be grateful if you could like, subscribe, comment in order for these videos to continue. Thank you for your support and be blessed. Pouring colour is very freeing, whatever colour it is. We need not be bound by the colours of a reference photo. Here I paused and chose Manganese Violet watercolour, as it has such depth, I felt, for the background, and this is enhanced by the pigment granulation that occurs with it, giving texture and showing off the delicate rose nicely. It may not happen instantly, but watch the process reveal itself and be rewarded. It's good to pause, if possible, when looking at a new painting subject or anything in life, before making choices, for the outcomes can be very different.